Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is preparing strong for its future Saga Chapter 3 DLC, and we know this for a fact because for some reason, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 had a very small hidden update on the PC version. Now, so far, it's actually exclusive to the PC version, but it's weird how they're getting like stealth updates now. We haven't had an update that hasn't come alongside the DLC in ages in Xenoverse 2. I think the only other time we've had an update come out without a DLC for sure is the free DLC for the Beast Gohan update, because obviously they wanted to give out Beast for free, and then later on in like a month we got the actual characters being Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. But this is the first time in ages that we've actually just had an update standalone from any character releases. Now this update, I will say, is extremely small. It seems like the only things discovered so far is that there's some rebalances and changes to the anti-cheat for Xenoverse 2 in general, and like that's pretty much it. So obviously, we're preparing something for future Saga Chapter 3, whether it's going to be some way that people can't mod the game as easily or hack the game, because they're testing it with Steam, obviously. The rest of this will obviously show up for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, the other consoles, when the time is right. Oh, but where are my manners? I forgot to say hello, everyone. It's me again, Steedoj here, back to more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about this minor Xenoverse 2 update real quick, because again, obviously it's very small and it's Steam exclusive, and it doesn't seem like there's any major bug fixes in it. But I think this update, rather than being like maybe a character tease or a skill tease, it might actually be a straight up like balance thing or a network thing or a modding for hacking thing. Because it seems like the only thing inside the files that have been discovered that have like changed slightly or even tweaked a bit is just stuff involving like cheating, you know, easy anti-cheat, anything that is adjusted by like, you know, all of these other things that you could like, you could dupe the system with like mods and stuff like that, so you can play the game with mods online. I think the game is going to have like some sort of update that actually checks for if there's any files that are different to what, you know, the anti-cheats allow, which is a good update in Xenoverse 2 in general. And honestly, I think Bandai Namco knows that Xenoverse 2 is in a state where it's probably going to make more money than Sparking Zero. So they should probably treat it with as much care as they can. And it seems like they are going to address the cheating, because now we actually have modders on Xbox. You guys might know, but cheaters recently have you know, landed on Xbox. And that's really unfortunate. Xbox was the last bastion for avoiding cheats in Xenoverse 2. Now it's the Switch version, I think, but let's be real. Actually, you know what? You guys let me know in the comment section. How many of you actually play Xenoverse 2 on the Switch? Do please let me know in the comment section. Just be honest, just type it out. Let me see heart any comments of anyone playing Xenoverse 2 on the Switch, because I'm curious. I want to see the actual player base for that game on the Switch, because I imagine it feels like it'd be more of a console game to me, or like a PC game, if anything. Because PC especially, you can mod it. But I'm very curious how many Switch gamers play this game. But yeah, no, Xenoverse 2 seems like it's gonna have some of its cheating addressed, because I think they are aware that people can't play the game online in general, because, you know, everyone's, you know, modding or cheating or hacking or doing some other nonsense that just makes the game even less fun to play. It's going to obviously hurt the sales of the game, because Sparking Zero isn't affected by modders. Sparking Zero is just affected by the fact that people just don't like playing it. Xenoverse 2, on the other hand, does get heavily affected by lag, modders, balance patches, yada yada yada. Xenoverse 2's issues are things that can be fixed. Sparking Zero's issues can be fixed too, don't get me wrong, but that requires actually having more stuff in the game that people want to play. Xenoverse 2 has things that people want to play with. It just has things that people don't want to play against, on the other hand, though. So that does hurt the game very much, and I think that's what they're going to try and address with these new updates and balance patches and fixes and anti-cheats and what. Seeing an update a month before, though, is kind of curious, because what could they be testing a whole month before, especially something that people can't really actually, you know, get on and play right now. I've even heard that there's some actual issues with this update itself. Some people have actually said that this update itself made it so that they can't even get on the game. There's just an infinite loading screen until they can get on the game, which I don't know how true that is. Maybe that's like a setting or like a missing file or anything, since, you know, it's for the PC version of the game, and you guys know how PC games usually can kind of have some of the more worse issues when it comes to, you know, connecting into stuff, loading into stuff, etc, right? PC games usually do suffer from that more. So I don't know how you know, consistent it is, but if that's the case, I guess you're just not playing Xenoverse 2 for a month. You're just gonna have to wait for the actual paid DLC's update, because remember, when the paid DLC shows up, obviously we'll get we'll get an update when the free update date drops. Free update's always like a day before, right? It's always a day before the actual paid update. Sometimes it's on the same day, because they have been doing that, but then sometimes, you know, just like the Beast Gohan DLC, it can be a genuine month before, which is cool. I think that's one of the better times they've ever done it, because not only does that, I mean, from a YouTube standpoint, it extends the hype for as long as possible, because you get, you know, 1 month of free update DLC, then the next month of paid update DLC, and it really shows how strong the business decision of just making updates like longer, or I guess padding out their content helps. But From the standpoint of a player base, I think that's also fun too, because players do everything that they want to do with the free update. You know, they get to do all the new Crystal Raid stuff, or any of the other, like, mentor gift stuff, or anything involving, like, custom partners. They get to play that to their fullest, and then the next month they get to mess around with the paid update stuff too. So I kind of do hope that they go for that, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Otherwise, we'd be getting the free update for the Future Saga DLC right now, which maybe was the intention. And then we'd be getting the paid stuff when the actual DLC releases at the end of the month. So who knows? But yeah, it's actually crazy that Xenoverse 2 in general just updated without having a thing they can sell us, because usually they only go, hey, there's a new update for the game. It just happens to drop when we have something else for you to buy. You know, another way for us to make money even off of our free content. I'd love to see cheating get fixed, but I'm actually having a feeling that it probably maybe won't, since Bandai Namco games aren't exactly the strongest when it comes to their security. Even moneymakers like Elden Ring can suffer from cheating. Hell, even the multiplayer-only Elden Ring Nightmare suffers from a lot of cheating. People can, like, mod in, like, weapons that have ridiculous stats and use them to easily beat enemies and bosses, and that obviously messes up the online experience for the other people who are just playing the game as well. And that game is multiplayer only, so it'd be weird to not, you know, address that. I don't know. I'm not sure about the security, but actually, you know what? Maybe I can't even say that, because Genshin Squadra is also a Bandai Namco game, and that game is looking pretty solid when it comes to, you know, standing on its own 2 feet and not having any major, like, connection issues. Well, I mean, there's one major connection issue, but that comes to rage quitting overall. That's not cheating. It's just that they apparently had an oversight when it comes to people rage quitting. I think that's very silly, but at least Xenoverse 2 doesn't go, oh, hey, someone rage quit. I guess you can't play the game for 15 minutes. So it's slightly better off than some other games in very few rare instances. But other than that, Xenoverse 2 obviously does suffer from a great deal of cheating. The game is basically unplayable on PC Online, because there's a very high chance that someone has just got their one-shot Super Saiyan 5 mods to work, and you're just gonna have to face that now. And then also there's a good chance that in PlayStation as well, you're just gonna fight like a weird giant Namekian that has like the moveset of like a normal character, basically. So his attacks just basically hit the whole screen, and you have to get way too close to hit him, and it's just not fun at all. So it'd be nice to see cheating get fixed in Xenoverse 2. I honestly don't think cheating would make a lot of people come back to the game. You'd have to do something else on top of that to make people come back to the game. But it'll make the people who are still playing the game right now way bigger fans of it. And it also obviously reduces the chance of them leaving, which, you know, you don't want them to leave. So yeah, because honestly, even I stopped playing Xenoverse 2 when I found that there was modders on Xbox. That was just too much, man. You guys know that I'm Xenoverse 2's strongest soldier. I'll say anything I want about that game. I'll say the meanest things about that game, and I'll still boot up to play and make videos on it, just because Xenoverse 2 actually has, you know, potential, man. Oh, Xenoverse 2 actually has potential and actually has content when it comes to things you want to make into videos, or whether you just want to play the game and do fun and new things like a certain combo, or combine super attacks, or try something unique with a race of one of your characters, you know? Just stack super souls with a certain kind of buff to make the craziest combination you can possible. Xenoverse 2 has all of this potential, so it does suck that you can basically enjoy none of it just because a few people want to just, you know, run cheats and exploits throughout the game that make, you know, that just take all the fun out of it. But yeah, I think that's honestly a solid place to end the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, then obviously again, please leave a like on the video, don't forget to subscribe, it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, fellas. I do love you all. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and peace, homies.